Hello there, Brian from LOL Concepts going to show you about using Calendly. We use it for a lot of things here, and it's just great. It's just like having somebody in your office scheduling your appointments, just a whole lot easier. There is a free tier of this, so let's just explore that really quickly. First of all, the URL is calendly.com, and it does have a bunch of different integrations, which are great. Let's just take a look at the pricing. So we have the basic, and we have essentials and professional. So we use the professional, and that's great. Let's take a look at what they include to see what is good for you. So calendar connections. Really, as a church, you will only need a single calendar connection. The professional does have 6 calendar connections, and that's just to be able to understand and book meetings and understand availability. So really the free one does the trick here. All of them can connect to Google, Office 365, Outlook. Most churches are going to be using a Google Calendar, hopefully. And pardon that noise in the background. So most churches will be using the Google. So that's good. All of them, you can access it from the app. I do that sometimes. Once you basically set it up, it's set it and forget it. So active event types. That's the thing. So if you've got a single event like worship and you're not thinking of other ways of exploration like renting facilities and things, the free's fine for you. If not, you're going to want to upgrade that and go to essentials or professional. We have one-on-one events. That could be good if you are doing office hours and you want a single person to be in there. Honestly, most events are going to be one-on-ones. One-off meetings, that's something across the board. Collective one-offs, I really haven't explored that. Well, not really think of that right now. It's not going to be pertinent. Customize your booking link, so it will be calendly.com/yourchurch. So the group events, that would be also recommended for if you're limiting in-person service or something like that. People will be able to book the event a certain number of people. So let's say your capacity is 25 people. There'll be 25 available slots. You'll have everybody sign up for it, and then you don't go over the capacity. So that would be group events, and that starts at the $8 a month. Notifications, this is good. Sends notifications via text and email about the event so people don't forget. Email reminders and follow-ups, that's starting here at the essentials. So if you were renting a space or had an event, a special event, and wanted to get feedback, you could send an email automatically. The automations within this are really good. You can customize the notifications and reminders, not super important, but it does start at the $12 mark. Now here's the text messages, actually don't start until the $12 mark, but that's not super important depending on what it is you're looking for. Cancellation policy shouldn't be that bad. The workflows, that just basically says that before an event or after an event, a certain number of days, I want to send this sort of notification to that person, maybe a feedback summary or poll or something like that, or thanking them. Not really necessary in this case. You can set links maybe to your web page or Facebook page or something when people book. That's also not super necessary. Reporting, Okay, so that's basically it. Okay, so let's start a free one and see what that's all about. So we are going to put in an email address that I don't have with Calendly. Excuse me. It'll recognize the Gmail address and ask you to sign in with that. This is a single sign-in. I find it really good. We got this two-factor authentication to keep things all nice and tidy. And this is only when you sign in. So what you'd want to do is make sure that if you're using a shared Google account for the church, that you are able to, wow, that you're able to access this these two-factor authentications when it comes in. So you want to just consider that. Again, sorry for the buzzer. I guess I made a mistake. Anyway, so here's your calendar URL. You'll probably want to put your church name, and then your time zone. Continue. All right, Google Calendar. This is, as I said, this is basically what you'll want to do. We're going to set that up later. Continue without a calendar. You'll want to connect it. So here's the availability. So the free one gives you the single event, but this would apply to pretty much every event that you would be thinking about. So let's say that you are, your generic event is going to be renting your space. So what you'll do here is you're going to say what days and what times the space is available. So say 9 a.m. to 5. That's perfect. So say 9 to 5, but you can always change these to whatever you want. It's available. Actually, no, it's not available on Sundays because of church, but it's available these days. So we'll continue. What are we gonna do here? Let's just say education, finish. So we have some things we can do, connecting our calendars, which allows us to know when we're busy and not. But we're just going to get rid of that for now. And here we have our event. Now, by default, it's a 30-minute event, so what we're going to do is just click this gear and edit it, and start really at the top. Edit, what is the event? This is worship space rental. You can put the address here. Here's where some of the integrations come in. So if this really is a space rental, it really is an in-person, but it could be a phone call. Google has the free Meet. If you're using Zoom like everybody is nowadays, you can have this connect to your Zoom. And then, excuse me, what happens is that this system, Calendly, will actually connect to your Zoom account and book everything for you. And then all those links get sent out, so you don't have to forget, or you don't have to worry about it. You'll just go when it shows up. But in this case, if we're renting the space, we're just going to do an in-person meeting, and we're just going to say 158 Washington Street. An update. So this would be, the location of your building, and then, this is for a rental of space for 1 hour. Includes access to streaming system for your event. Please be sure to book a free demo on use or view our demo video at this link, and then you can like highlight that and put in www.youtube.com/channel. And then the event is like this is your link, your URL, and then after you'd say rental or whatever you want. You can change the color, whatever makes you happy. Save it. We recommend that you lock the time zone. That's not really that important. So we'll just look in here and we'll see the next step is to lock down the schedule. So what this means is how far in the future you want people to schedule. Maybe you want to say people can book 2 months ahead of time, or maybe you only have a space for a certain time and you're going to just kind of pop that in and say these are my times. Okay, that's when it's available because we're closed or whatever you have. Or you could indefinitely into the future so people could book next year, and not limited. Okay, so this is up to you. Indefinitely into the future is good, especially if it's a space you're looking to book. So here's the duration. So we can set custom amounts of time, or if you have the bigger plan, you can say we have 1 hour rentals and we have 2 hour rentals and 4 hour rentals, but in this case let's just say the 60. We're going to use that existing schedule that we set up, 9 to 5, no Sundays but everything else. The buffer time is if you have multiple people renting the space or attending the event and you want time to before and after these to clean up. So before the event, if you want 30 minutes, and then after the event you want 30 minutes. Basically what this does, you see, is it doesn't allow back to back, so it gives you time to clean up and get ready. And you don't have to have these on there. You can do, it is what it is. Additional rules for availability. We can show the increments of the times in that 9 to 5 and 30-minute increments, 5 minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, 60. Maybe you want to do at the top of the hours, so every hour. Scheduling conditions. So if you need time to prepare a space, and you can say, look, I don't want anybody booking a time without giving me 2 days notice. So we can put 2 days in here. This means that if it's Sunday, people can't book until Tuesday, right? So that the earliest they could book is if it's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 2 days, to give you 2 days to prepare the location. You don't have to do that, but you can. If you want to allow the events to say there's a maximum of a certain amount of events, maybe 5 events in a day, you can do that too. Automatically detect and show the time zone. We can click that if they kind of wanted us to do that. So the secret event, that is if somebody was to visit your Calendly page, in my case calendly.com/demo church, if they wanted to do that and we made this event secret, they wouldn't see anything to book. Sometimes you might want to do that. There are instances where you do. But in this case, we'll leave it on so it's visible. Save and close that. And we'll go down to some questions. Now, this area is something that people have to plug in for you. It could be as easy as name and email address, and we have ways that we can show you that you can integrate this into your mailing list, so when people sign up, they get on your mailing list. Excuse me. You can change all of these. Maybe you want to set this up to be like a COVID questionnaire, if that's still a thing by the time you're looking at this. In which case, maybe we'll have a new question, and we'll say, have you been in contact with anyone who has tested positive for COVID in the past 14 days? Question. You can make this required, and we have answer type. Either they type one line like the name and email address, multiple lines if you want them to put in more information. A radio button, which is it's an either or choice. Check boxes is you can have multiple answers, and a phone number obviously is a phone number. In this case, we kind of want a yes or a no. And then we can trash the third choice. So you see here, people will only be able to check yes or no. And you could go ahead and do things similarly with the rest. This is a single line. This is multiple line. If you don't want to add guests, you can click this and just uncheck that. Apply. If you don't want this, click that. Delete the question. Save. So that's all about the questions. So you can go back here and adjust this at any time. We're going to save and close. So the workflows is that example of if somebody books, you want to, as it says here, send a notification, 2 days reminder, 1 day reminder, and then a thank you. These are what you can do. Notifications and cancellation. Yeah, notifications and cancellation. So email reminders, we want to remind people with email, follow up, text reminders, and you can personalize these. As you see, they're like variables in here. So this is the subject, reminder, the event name with my name at event time on event day. So worship space booking with demo church at Sunday the blah blah blah, or at 9 o'clock on 12/1/22. And then hello, invitee full name, and you can change these things by adding a variable, add my name, invitee name, UUID. That's just a random string of numbers. You never really want to use that. Date and time, description, location, questions and the answers, if you want to kind of include those. UTM, I'm not really sure of what that is. Okay, and then you can add, your regular text to there too, whatever you want to put. And then you set where is this going to go out, 24 hours before, days, minutes, all that stuff. So that's it. Save and close. Confirmation page. It's just the Calendly confirmation page. You can redirect to your website or your Facebook page if you want. If you want to display a button that they can schedule another event, you can do that. And then collect payments. So, if the church is using PayPal or Stripe, this is really good, especially if you want to book and pay at the same time. So, and I believe you can't do this on the free page, but for the $8 and $12 you can. And basically what you'll do here is you'll say that the event costs a certain amount of money to rent. Say the space is $250 for the hour, and you say we accept Stripe or PayPal, and It's $250. So when people book, they would actually have to pay at that time to book. So it's a good way to get that money in and not have to worry about sending bills and things like that. It just comes right into your account. And that's it in a nutshell. Let's just take a look at the page. If we view the live page, you see this event is on. We can always turn it off and then it just won't show up on our booking page, but we go here, see our live page. And this is what somebody would see when they click this, maybe a link off of your website. They say that this is a rental space for an hour, the location. They would have that link to your video on how to use the equipment. And then let's say, I want it for April. We'll go to April 18th. So click on there and I really want a 1 p.m. I confirm that. Here we are, the event details. Put that in. Email in, no. Send text message reminders, don't have to do that. Schedule the event. And they can just add it right to their calendar there. And then they know. And that's it. As you see, for signing up here, I just got my invite, my information here from this automatically sent to the email I put in. So this is excellent. It's a great way to leverage resources and to book in-person worship or rental space, and it's fairly affordable. As I said, we use it for our work, and I know that you can too. If you have any questions, I would be happy to talk to you about this. You can reach me at 401-237-0101, or you can email bstewart@lolconcepts.com. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.